Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and welcome to the morning forecast show. We do this every morning, but today, once again, we have a special because right now XRP is pumping once again. I've got some news about the SEC dropping the case. I've got a massive breakout on the chart for XRP as well, which I'll be showing you exactly my thoughts on that. So thank you everyone for tuning in. What a day it was yesterday, and it looks like it's continuing again today. So let's get straight into the charts, and should we just pump up to begin with? We might as well. Welcome everyone into the show. XRP is $2.45 and rising. If you are here with me, hit the like button. Let's get straight into it. What an amazing day once again. Welcome into the show, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm sure it's early morning for most of you out there. Right now in the UK, it's just coming up to 1 o'clock. So let me know what time zone you guys are in. Is this early morning for you, or is it late afternoon, or about bedtime? Let me know. But right now, look at this. XRP is not showing any weakness. Absolutely no sell the news at all on yesterday, even though we didn't get much at all from Brad Garlinghouse. I mean, we did get a bit, and I'll tell you how important it was. But even though we didn't get anything really exciting, he didn't really bang on about XRP. They were scared to ask him questions, in my opinion. They knew that he would shut down any malicious questions, and not much happened. But XRP's price, you would expect to be selling off on that. But it's doing the exact opposite, showing so much strength right now. XRP is just making new highs, and what I mean by new highs, the highest price since we've seen in the beginning of May. The same sort of prices that we've been accumulating at, but it's very different because we touched $2 once again. We've got past $2.30, and now we're on our way to new highs. And I'll tell you about this massive breakout that we are seeing right now. The next target is $2.48, then $2.62, then basically $3, and then all-time highs. But if you zoom out a little bit and you look at it a bit more long term, well, you've got a massive breakout on our hands. If we just zoom out of this into maybe the 3-day time frame, look at this symmetrical triangle after a move up. And what we've got going on is a multi-month breakout, or probably a 7-month breakout. This has been in the making since January of this year. You've got this massive symmetrical triangle, and look at what you're doing over the last 3 days is a breakout. Target of this would be all-time high. So that's what we're getting excited for. That's why everyone's jumping in. Would I be FOMOing? No. Would I be buying at this level? Probably not, unless I don't have any. But before I get into anything I'm doing, I'm just going to make sure that you all know anything I say is not financial advice. This is my thoughts, my opinions. This is for entertainment purposes only. So please, please do not buy or sell based on anything I'm saying. We've got the SEC news to get into. We've got a fun show planned for you guys today. Remember, we are live every single day, so if you haven't subscribed, we'll bring you the real news. We're not like the Hopium channels, the ones that say XRP is definitely going to $1,000, $20,000, $586 is baked into the price. The Fed is using XRP, all this fake news. There's plenty of good news to go after. There's no need to make up headlines like other channels or X channels. So make sure you do subscribe for the real news. Make sure you have hit the like button. Before we get into all that news, let me have a look at who's in the show this morning. We have quite a few people in the show today. Motto A Team, once again, Cody is in the show. GRRR says David Hensley. I'm going to skip through some of these comments. Big fan of Mobix too. Good morning. Good morning. What about today? Oh, thank you for the super chat, Janosh Wayne Wagner. Thank you very much. You are definitely supporting the show. If you do a super chat, it will come up live on the screen. Let me know your thoughts. You can also do a chart request. H bar and XLM doing a lot better than XRP. H bar, yep. Let's look at this. H bar up 4% today. But H bar is down more than XRP, I believe. If you look at the heights of January to where we are right now, H bar is still down 54%. You compare that to XRP, and XRP's from these levels is only down 27%. So the argument really is XRP is definitely outperforming H bar in terms of where it is right now. XLM also, I've always said XLM will outperform XRP on the way up, and XLM, I don't know what it's doing today. I haven't seen any from XL. XLM is also up 2% after its massive move up yesterday. Yesterday was up more than 10%. Let me see what's going on there. Yeah, it's currently sat at 30 cents, but once again, XLM has underperformed has not been as strong as XRP because it's still down 53% as well. So do keep that in mind. XRP is definitely shown more strength over this whole period, and that this is one thing I keep banging on about because it's so important. Everyone was saying XRP is getting boring, all the weak hands were selling out. Everyone said, why would you be investing in XRP? It's a stable coin, all the things that they say to the XRP community. And I just didn't listen to any of it. And all I said was, you're just making things up because XRP was showing very strong accumulation. The fact that $2 didn't break, and maybe it broke intraday, but all the candles basically were above $2. That showed so much strength. While the rest of the altcoin market, even coins we like HBAR, XLM, Flare, Sologenic, all of these sort of XRP-esque coins, they were down and weren't holding levels. They weren't showing really strong institutional retail adoption and buying. Whereas XRP, every single time it hit $2, it didn't want to break it. Maybe it broke it slightly on the day, but it came back. The buyers were so strong on XRP, while every other altcoin was down 80, 90, 70, 60%. XRP from high to low was down 50%. And that's the 50% correction that I expected. That was the healthy 50% correction. That's the 50% correction that we predicted live on the show. And I know a lot of people weren't very happy with that prediction, but I had to make it because that's what my thoughts were. And we did get that 50% correction, but that was it. Then it was just pure accumulation. You can just see it with this symmetrical triangle, or you could just look at it as a wedge as well, just with $2 there. Either way, we are breaking out, and that is showing a lot of strength. That accumulation to me was very, very important, and everyone who sold out, well, sorry guys, you're going to have to buy back in higher, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a permanent bull. I do think that there is possibilities where the US stock market drops 20-30%, whether that's a carry trade, whether that's a tariff trade, tariffs coming in, or whether it's a black swan event where XRP we could start heading back down to maybe $2, $1.50, $1.50 in a worst case scenario. I'm not one of those persons that just go, it's only going to go up, it's never going to go down. There is risks involved. There is definite possibilities where XRP can come down, but in my opinion, what I'm going to do is just buy them. If it goes down, why would I not buy more? Do I regret not buying more at 50 cents? Yes. Did I have any more money to buy? No. But obviously, at this point, I do regret it. I would have sold a lot of things, but if it goes down, I will buy more because I am more bullish than ever on XRP, and I think it'll be a blessing if it goes down. However, right now, that's not the expectation. We held $2 very strongly. The accumulation, just look at that chart, was just, I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? You can just see how beautiful that chart is. It's just a symmetrical triangle, and look at that breakout occurring now. So the accumulation was strong. $2 held strong. Finally, a breakout. It does look like this could be the time where XRP is no longer boring, as some people say. This could start heating up quite quickly, especially with the SEC potentially dropping the appeal. I'm going to give you some news on that and the ETFs. Remember, I'm going to give you some ETF news that no one else covers, but everyone. I've got the news for the ETFs as well. So if you are live in the show, please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's see if we can get up to 250 likes straight away. The other thing I'm going to ask all you guys to do is we've got a new thread on X. I'm going to pin it to the top. It's all about this. So let me give you the link to this thread. Please, please, please go and why is I can't see where I can sorry, I can't post the link. Let me just put it here. I'm going to give you the link. Please, please, please go and retweet it and like the post. Once we get to 20 retweets, once we get to 20 retweets, once you're there, hit the like button and go and like the rest of the tweets as well. And retweet them if you like. Once we get to 20 retweets, I'll give you all the SEC news, all the charts, my whole take profit strategy. We wanted to do that yesterday, but we didn't have time. So I'll tell you my full take profit strategy. But all I'm going to ask you guys to do is go follow me on X. There is the link. Make sure you follow me, retweet, like, go through the thread and like and retweet. There is the link. Go follow me on X. As soon as we hit 20 retweets, on X. Look, it's going up already. 20 retweets, 20 likes. We will go straight into all that news. The SEC news, my full take profit strategy, Bitcoin, and where I think that's going, because remember, Bitcoin leads the markets. And I'll give you all of that as soon as we hit 20 likes. Let's go to your comment section. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream as well. It's going to be a fun and exciting one. Let's see what everyone's comments are so far. Let me go back up. Yep, H bar, like, share, and subscribe, says Eddie. Thank you very much. Grand rising, everyone. Good morning, all. Hey there, Eddie. Let me know once you've done it in the chat so I can give you a shout out as well. I'm so excited. Finally, it seems that XRP is heading upwards for real. Yeah, it's. I know we're saying finally, but it's not really finally. You have to look back. What other investments up 400, 500% year on year? That's where XRP is up. So we need to be grateful of that as well. Good morning, Zach. Good morning, Motto. I think the announcement yesterday of NYB Melon was major. Yes, I think it was pretty major as well. And I will bring you that news once again. Let me bring you that news once again. While we're waiting, let's bring that news on the screen. I'll play that in just a second. If you haven't seen it, you definitely want to know about the news. Thank you, Guy. Sensei has a big smile on his face. I know it's going to be a good day. Thomas Morrow, you already know. Let's go. Good morning, everyone. I would get a drum set just to play this riff. Yes, Motto 80. Should we play it again? It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. I feel it. Good afternoon from my holiday in Greece. Henrik, lovely. Where in Greece are you? I've been to Rhodes on the island. Let me know where you are in Greece. Good morning, everyone. Let's go XRP XLM H bar. Is it real breakout or the market will retest the level $2.30? It doesn't look like we're going in for a retest at the moment. There's always a possibility, but right now it looks like a pretty strong breakout. BN 810. Oh, wrong show. What does that mean? MSK is in the chat. MSK is in the chat. Let me give him a. We love it when MSK joins us. A big XRP. I'll call him an XRP whale. Good morning from Illinois. Hi. In Sweden, it's 1:50 right now. Hi from Leeds. 12:14. Yep, we're in the UK. Latvia's at nearly 3 o'clock. Let's see how we get acquainted with 2:50. Almost 7 a.m. Thank you for joining us very early a.m. in Fort Lauderdale, in Florida. It's really bangled about early morning, 10 minutes. It's about 10 minutes to 7 at the moment. Wow. 2:50 p.m. in Iraq. Very nice. Thank you for joining us from Iraq. Got that mug sensei. Oh, Brian, I'm so happy you managed to get that. Brilliant. Thank you for supporting the show. If you guys don't know, we have a merchandise store Right now, we've got the XRP is not a security to commemorate the day yesterday. There's only 6 of these available, or there was 10 made, 6 are still available. If you get this, you can get the XRP t-shirt for a 25% discount, the best ever discount. Let me give you the link in the chat. This is the best XRP mug ever. There is the link. It's in the chat. Make sure you go and we've got 11 retweets. We need 9 more before we can get on with the news. It's early morning for everyone, and everyone's being lazy. Go retweet, go follow me on X, and go and get it up to 20 retweets. There is the X link. Let me go back to the comments. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Do stay with us. We're about to go through all the news. I'm just reading everyone's comments. Got that mug sensei, brilliant. I'm very happy, Brian. You've managed to do that. XRP is just slapping around the TA, says Motto A Team. I really hope the SEC will end it today. That would be amazing. Hope we all get the fam. Yeah, Robbie, see that would be amazing. I'll give you all the news based on that in a second. Feel like it's going to be a good day. A great few days for XRP, HBAR, and Zebek, says Steve Mariano. Thank you for your comment. Let's go, XRP. Wake me up in 2030. 2030, I do expect. If we could go forward in time and just know what the price would be. 2030, the peak of the bull market, I'm expecting XRP to $50 to $100. I just don't want to get ahead of myself because $100 would be incredible, but I can really see it getting there as well. But I'm going to focus on one bull market at a time. We need to see where we finish off this bull market. I'm off on holiday to Italy tomorrow, but I'll definitely still be watching. Brian, lovely. Where are you going in Italy? Where have I been in Italy? I've been to Parma. I've been to Milan. I went on a really nice road trip in Italy. Are you doing a road trip, or where are you going? That's very. Let me know. Alan RSA, great Green Days. Morning, everyone. Getting my quantitative news before work. Yes, the newsletter. The link is pinned up above. Oh,
Matthew Wheeler has become a member.
thank you for becoming a member. I've put the membership link down below. You get lots of perks and benefits. But Matthew Wheeler, congratulations and welcome to being a member. Let me just get this link here. Someone just mentioned the news. Yes, the newsletter comes out every single morning. If you are a real investor in XRP or the stocks or crypto, you definitely need to have your news. Where better to get your news than from someone who researches it 4 hours every single morning, and that's me. And we put it out on our very own newsletter. So do go and subscribe to the newsletter. We are a very strong family. We don't listen to any negative Nazis. Yes, I didn't sell any. I got more, says Brian. We love that. It goes down by if it goes down by, it goes up. Hold. Ondo's almost up to 80 cents. Yes, looking good. Would have sold that flare for more XRP, says TJ. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'd rather not have bought my Flare and bought XRP, but I am long-term bullish on Flare as well. Don't despite humble beginnings, any amount of XRP is a blessing. Yes, that is very true. My opinion is that market already consolidated with tariff drama, so I don't see that subject being relevant with the next updates. Yeah, I sort of agree that it's taking it well, but just one bad piece, like, I mean, if the EU deal just goes completely wrong and we start seeing a 30-40% tariff from the EU, you need to that's going to result in a sort of a 20% correction on the S&P 500. Do you believe it will go back down to $2.20? Kathy, probably. We'll probably see $2.20 again, but will we see it at this moment in time? Probably not, in my opinion, because we've got that big breakout. But remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Dang, I can't clip this video. Motto team, you should be able to. Oh, here we go. Martyn's just said to clip the video, refresh, and come back in. Epstein coin is pumping. Goodness gracious, songs for space. Retweeted Yolanda. Thank you so much for retweeting. Let's get up to 20 retweets. We're on 14 now. We're on 14. I'm going to give you the link one more time. Only six people are being lazy. I mean, more than 6 people are being lazy because I know most of you have X. So go follow me on X and go and retweet the X post. And then we can get into my full take profit strategy, my full thoughts, the SEC dropping the case today, all that sort of stuff. What happened? I'm in 3 longs right now. XRP Paradise. Well, you must be loving it. Good morning from Malta, says Simon. XDC also pumping Rhodes, and it's hot. You're in Rhodes as well. Brilliant. Well, last time I went to Rhodes and I came back, about 2 days later, the whole island caught on fire. So, must be hot now though, July. Yeah, what's the temperature there, Henrik? There's a really beautiful, butterfly park you might want to visit. I forgot what it's called, but it's just full of butterflies, and I think it's around this time where you get to see all the butterflies. Uh, hey legends, 10 a.m. here in Melbourne. Well, you're the latest person, Jay Harrington. Everyone else it's morning. Thank you for tuning in. MSK the whale. Yes, MSK is the whale. Why is why is now talking about Virginia Galaxy? I'm not a fan of X, no worries, guy. Never did get X. Never thought it was needed. Yeah, well, X seems to be the main social media for finance at the moment, really, or just politics and stuff. So we are on it. XLM will go crazy due to a new quadrant financial system on the 14th. Yes, we're going to be covering that event on the 14th. That will be a big, big day for some of these cryptos, XLM, XRP, for example. It's because my company YouTube is not the profile I comment with, so not my little store needs as much support as it can get. Don't know what you're referring to, Savage. I didn't see another comment from you. Oh yeah, Courage Math. I would say it depends on your funds, risk tolerance, and do your research. Yeah, there we go. That you can click on Stacey's profile to go and check out her shop. Yes, 37 degrees, so no butterflies to me. To only cold drinks. Yeah, you don't want to go visit the butterfly park. That's fine. Okay, let's get into it. What are we on? What is going on? 15 retweets and there's 500 people watching. If you can't retweet it, then at least like the stream so someone else can come in to retweet for you. 16 retweets. We're nearly there. 4 more retweets. 4 more retweets. 4 more retweets. What's going on? Here is the link. Here is the link. Go retweet. Go like the post. Let me just go and see if we can do something else. Or 6 more followers. 6 more followers. Get to 1,050 followers. Whichever one comes up first. 6 more followers or 5 more retweets, we get into all the news. Let me go back to XRP and see what is actually happening on the smaller time frames. Are we still getting that pump? Because we just hit new highs. Slight sell-off right now on XRP. Nothing too significant. Let me do that. H bar is also selling off slightly. Sologenic. Who's invested in Sologenic? Let me know in the chat. Um, got the like for you. Thank you, Gavin. Who's invested in Sologenic? Does anyone know about the Sologenic token? I'm sure some XRP holders would know about this. Um, because the price action on Sologenic has been great. This is something I've spoken about a while ago. 61% up on over the last couple of days. Who's invested in Sologenic? H bar, let me know if you're investing in the H bar in the chat. Up 4% today, heading up to that 19 cents mark, looking bullish for H bar as well. XRP, obviously, we're all invested in XRP. Let me see, I've got a poll running. Are you invest? Only 10% of you guys are not invest. More than I thought, to be fair, but 10% of you guys are not invested in XRP. How much are you holding? Under 1,000 says 22% of you. 1,000 to 10,000, 45% of you. 10,000 plus XRP, 23% of you. We've got quite a few big investors in XRP. Will that be over $24,000 invested in XRP? Congratulations to the people that have more than 10,000 XRP, and congratulations to people that have under 1,000 XRP. Congratulations to all XRP holders. It is going to be a one heck of a ride, and right now it's getting exciting once again. Did we hit the target? 17 retweets. I'm going to give it to you one last time. One last push. 3 more retweets or 6 more followers. Ideally, you do both, but there is the link for the SEC meeting today. Let me get the link up ready to tell you about that. I've got the link here. Let me find it. Here we go. Let me get that link over here. Okay. Let me just get back into the comments. I'm a slacker, says Savage. Yeah, it's not good enough. What do you think about Flare Coin? I like it. I like it a lot. If you, well, I like it. I mean, it's a much higher risk, but what they're doing with XRP and enabling yield, I think that's a game changer because there's lots of XRP holders, not only as retail, but big institutions, big Nasdaq companies now buying XRP that they want some yield on it, and Flair is sort of really front running that. I agree with everything Brad Garlinghouse said in Senate testimony yesterday, but unfortunately the senators didn't seem to hear him. Thank you for your thoughts. I have H bar, says Jesse. I've got H bar and XLM2. Nice. That is, I think I've got both of them as well. They call XRP a banker's coin, but it's really a retail coin. T2, they can call it whatever they want. They can call it a scam. They can call it centralized. They can call it um, a banker's coin. They can call it a CBDC coin. They can call it whatever they like, but their coin hasn't held up as strong as this. Their coin isn't going to get as much institutional adoption as XRP. We've heard it for years and years, and they're going to be FOMOing in once XRP is at 5, 10, 20, 50, $100, and they're going to be our exit liquidity. So they can say what they want. Real institutions know what XRP really is, because they're buying it. Henrik Magnave bought into Archer and Joby in 2023. Until about a month ago, I started really trying. I, until about a month ago, I started really trying to learn trading. I will say watching all of you a lot has helped. Thank you, Gavin Hodler. Please do consider becoming a member of the channel. Here is the membership link. There is much more members only videos, many more perks to becoming a member. I'm holding XRPH by ADA and Quant. Thank you, Jay Harrington. All things I hold as well. Good afternoon, Moon. Refresh shows 20 retweets, says Craig. Brilliant. We've hit 20. I'll refresh it now. Bitcoin and Sol 2 going to get and follow after the show X. Thank you very much, Kathy. Oh, I've missed your comment. Where's it gone? I've missed your comment. Thank you very much, Kathy Goodston. Goodson. I have some H bar. These ISO 20022 compliant cryptos are going to really start moving once the banks go all in onto ISO payments and messaging standard. Thank you. We're going to be doing a special on the show about ISO, probably on the 13th or the 14th. So we'll have to actually let me check the calendar. I don't really. We might do the Sunday show on it. So let me just check what date that actually is. Yeah, Sunday's the 30th. So we'll have the build up on the 13th. And on the 14th, we'll have an ISO show. So make sure you are subscribed to get all my thoughts and opinions on ISO. I'll give you all the price targets and everything on those dates. Sunday, we always have a Sunday show in the evening, and and every single morning we have a show around these times. Hello from America, and Zebek and Tars AI. Martyn is doing a members only show today, so I'm just going to go. I think he's already scheduled it. It's going to be a members day. That's what Martyn's doing. So make sure you do become a member to take full advantage of the members day. Let me make sure. Yeah. So we're going to go members only right after I give you all the news on where I'm selling, the SEC news, the take profit strategy, Bitcoin, my thoughts on yesterday. I'm going to give you all of that in the next 15-20 minutes. But after that, we're going to be going over to a members only show. So do become a member to go over to the members only show. There is the membership link. Greetings from Netherlands. Hello, Nico. When does the ISO go into play? 14th of July. XRP all the way. XRP is technology. XRP isn't an asset. It's a technology. XRP is the better coin. I don't care what they call it. Greetings from Athens, Greece. Lovely, Paul. Do you live in Athens, Greece? Is that where you've always lived? Let me know. I would like to know more about Athens. Is it worth visiting? Charles, hello from the UK. Thanks, Enter. I will tap in for the 13th and the show on the 14th. Yes. Make sure, as long as you're subscribed and you ring the bell, then you will not miss a show. I've seen that's truly only 3 billion supply. I've seen that there's only truly a 3 billion supply. That might be on exchanges. Oh, Joe Sanders, you've
Joe
renewed your
Sanders has
membership.
become a member.
Thank you, Joe Sanders, for coming back to the membership. Sent to a report to somebody last night that sent me a follow back request on X pretending to be you. Oh God, David Hensley, sorry about that. I mean, I'm the only. Were they verified as well? Because I pay for verification every year on X. Just be careful, anyone on X. We never message you, even on Discord. When you join Discord, be very careful because we never message you. We don't ask you to do weird things, sending money around. Be very careful. So yes, thank you for becoming a member. I'll give you the membership link. We're going to go over to a members only stream very shortly. Here is the membership link. Go and become a member. If you're on an iOS device, you're going to have to go onto a browser and go onto a desktop version of the browser, because iOS don't, Google and iOS have fallen out on that because Apple takes a massive fee from them. Bitcoin dominance still going down. Yes. Okay. Let's get into all the news. Someone said we hit 20. Let me go. Let me refresh. Oh, we're one follow away from 1,050. Let's see if we can do. Oh, yeah, 24 retweets. I love it. Okay, so let's get into the full news. So let me just make sure this is running. I'll make this into a video as well for people that can't join us live. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas investor. The SEC could drop the case as early as today. I've got the news, I've got the exclusive information, I've got the XRP chart, the biggest breakout potentially we've ever seen on XRP, and I've got my thoughts on Brad being in Congress yesterday. So let's get straight into it. If you are an XRP holder, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe as well. XRP is currently sat at $2.45. We have had one of the biggest breakouts we've probably seen in XRP's history. What am I talking about? Well, this symmetrical triangle has broken out over the last couple days, and it's one that's dating back to December of last year, January of this year. This accumulation phase has been going on for a while everyone else's coins or every other altcoin was breaking to new lows. XRP showed immense strength at $2. I mean, I was just saying this in the live show that we're doing right now. It's everyone is getting bored. People were selling out just a week ago. Just as we touched $2 again, everyone was so frustrated selling out. Not the proper XRP holders, not the people that knew what they were buying, but the ones that didn't know what they were buying. They were selling out. They were getting frustrated. They were saying XRP is a stable coin. Everyone from the outside started laughing at XRP holders again, saying XRP is going to go all the way back to 50 cents. You're going to get liquidated. All this stuff. But what I saw in the chart was immense strength. Altcoins were down 90, 80, 70%, and XRP was only down 50% for a brief moment, and then since has held $2. That was a healthy correction after that parabolic move up from 30 cents to $3.50. When the structure I saw, just even removing this upward slope, it was just $2 could not really. The buyers were so strong, whether it's institutional buyers or retail buyers, probably a mix of both. They didn't want they didn't let XRP drop below $2. So that showed immense strength for me. And what we've got going on right now is this massive accumulation that was going on while everyone else was getting bored and getting jealous and angry at the XRP holders, and laughing at the XRP holders. That was accumulation for retail and institutions, and now we're getting a breakout. But before I go any further, make sure that you do not buy or sell based on anything I say. This is my thoughts, my opinions only. I do not get paid to say any of this. This is just my thoughts, my opinions. So please do not buy or sell based on anything I'm saying. That would be a very unwise decision. This is for entertainment purposes only. So what's the target? Well, the target, very simply, is all-time highs. $3.50, $3.40. I mean, when you look at a structure like this, you target the previous highs of the symmetrical triangle. That's about $3.40. There are smaller targets throughout this move. What the main one we're looking at is $3.62. Then you're looking at possibly $3 as more of a psychological level. Then you're looking at all-time highs, and then you're looking at beyond. I'll tell you my full take profit levels. Remember, I'm not one of those people that come on and say we're going to get an $1,000 XRP. We're going to get a $22,000 XRP, or $589 is the off-chain value of XRP, or the Fed is using XRP. All of these rumors and fake news that's going around. I don't give you any of there's plenty of real good news to not make up fake news, and that's what we don't do. That's what we don't do that here on the channel. I am very bullish on XRP. I'm probably a bit biased to XRP's price action, but I'm not one of those people that will come out and say all of these random stuff based on no facts. So if you do appreciate that, some of you won't appreciate that, but I'm sure most of you will. Please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe. We go live. I mean, this is majoring a live show that we can't be any more real than we are. We make all our videos live. We go live 8 hours a day. So you know that we are real. Um, so the targets really are all-time highs now for XRP. At the same time, I will say there is a chance we go back down to $2 if tariffs really go badly. So far, so good. The market seems to be pretty numb to it all by now. But if we get some really bad deals come out, or if we get an unwinding of the markets because of Japanese interest rates, for example, or we get a black swan event, always be prepared for lower prices: $2, $1.50, $1.50. If it goes lower, my stance is I'm just going to buy more. So I don't really care, but I'm always prepared for the risk as well. So the price action looks great. I'm really liking the strength. What was another positive was everyone was well, even I suggested it as a possibility as well. It could have been a sell the news event yesterday because nothing really um, came out. They didn't really ask Brad questions. They sort of avoided Brad with questions. Brad didn't get to say as much as I'm sure he would have liked to say. Um, so I would have thought people might have taken that as bearish or sell the news. Nothing exciting happened, but no. Um, the price action has stayed strong, which shows even more strength for XRP. And I think that's mainly because of two things. One was the good news that came out at the same time, which we'll be covering now, which is the Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse's Ripple partnership with BNY, the oldest bank in the US. I think that propped it up, and also this technical breakout, this structure that we're seeing on the charts. Because even if you don't like XRP and you're a trader, if you see a structure like this, well, the charts don't lie. So that's what we're looking at right now. XRP, just looking at the price now. No, it's all good. Okay, so let me just bring you that news that potentially propped it up. Let's watch this, then I'll tell you my full take profit strategy, and then the SEC news coming up straight after this. So let me unmute this and let me play this for you now.
Announcing just moments ago that it's partnering with BNY for BNY to be its primary custodian for its stablecoin. Joining us first on CNBC, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Wow, that's a nice shot, Brad. It suits you well. You're looking very, very even presidential almost. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Brad Garlinghouse for president. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? XRP running the whole world at that point.
Good to be back on Squawk Box.
You need a custodian for your stablecoin. Why BNY?
Well, look, I think as the crypto industry has emerged from kind of the last administration where the industry was being attacked, working with the most trusted, the most well-regulated, and even the best capitalized partners is a way to continue to build trust in this system. And stablecoins at their core, by their nature, it's a dollar backed with a dollar in deposits. BNY Mellon has, for a very long time been amongst the most trusted partners out there for as a custody bank. So we're really pleased. We think it's indicative of the shift of tide where we've had headwinds for this industry are now becoming tailwinds. And I think we're going to see a lot of growth.
I mean, all the way back to that duel.
We need to remember just that point that we are in a completely different situation now. I mean, you look back 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. We're in a completely different situation regulatory wise. We've got 3 acts going through, and that's what I think was so bullish. Is as I said in my thoughts yesterday, I don't think it was random the time Brad Garlinghouse went over to Senate. I think he decided to do it at that time because there's 3 acts going through, and those 3 acts are going to be very bullish for Ripple. The Clarity Act, the Genius Act, the Anti-CBDC Act. Some more bullish than others for Ripple, but what it shows is Ripple has always been regulation first. They've always wanted to be abide by regulation and play within the limits. However, unfortunately, with the previous regulations and the SEC, they went after them anyway, even though I'm not going to get into the whole case. It makes my blood boil. Anyway, now because they've been so focused on regulation, and now the regulation is here, Ripple is going to outperform anyone else because they've always been regulation first. They're prepared for regulation. They've been preparing for this. This is what they want. And once regulation's in, and Brad Garlinghouse obviously went and then spoke to some Senate members and gave his thoughts alongside some others. They're more likely to pass. They're more likely to have good amendments. And Ripple is going to be the big player in this. So 4 years ago, 3 years ago, we didn't have any regulation. We didn't know what we were playing by. We had an SEC case going on, and now we don't. And we're basically, if you look at 2017, I mean, that was over 8 years ago. We had nothing like this. Completely different world, and XRP made all-time highs at $3.50. So right now, with all of this behind us and onto a whole new era. I think this was a completely pivotal moment when Brad Garlinghouse went to Senate. It just shows a completely different stance from regulators, from the world. Crypto is no longer being called a scam. There's going to be regulation. And now, 2017, $3.50. And we're sat here today, not even at $3.50 yet. So it just shows that that there is a lot more left in XRP, and that's my opinion. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, next year. It's just my thoughts, but I really do think we're in a much more bullish situation than we were in 2017, and you have to look at the price action in 2017 to get excited for potentially what can happen in the future.
I think, right? Is that Bank of New York? I think, yeah, Alexander Hamilton. It goes back a ways, doesn't it?
That would.
We're going to watch until the end of this video, but straight after this, in a couple minutes' time, I am going to give you my take profit zones. I'm going to give you the SEC news as well, and my thoughts on that. So do stay with us. Make sure you do hit the like button, subscribe as well to the channel. Let's see if we can get 500 likes on the video. That would be amazing. I've also got my X link down below, as well as Martyn. So please do go follow us on X for real-time updates as well.
Goes way back. I didn't put a number out there because I wasn't sure how many years it's been. But the BNY Mellon, we feel very lucky to be partnered with them, and we think, again, building trust for the whole industry and having RLUSD, our stablecoin, which just passed $500 million of market cap. We launched only about 6 months ago, so we're really pleased with that trend line and feel like this will only continue to build that trust.
It's small compared to some of your competitors, though, at this point. How does that factor into how you approach the whole stablecoin industry?
So the stablecoin industry is about $250 billion today. You know, many people think it'll be between 1 and 2 trillion in a handful of years. The growth behind it has been profound. We joined the market kind of late, partly because we were using stablecoins in our payment flows for our institutional customers. As you probably know, Ripple at its core has been a payments company and solving a cross-border payments problem. We use stablecoins, we use XRP where it makes sense. And stablecoins, when we were using that, we were a big part of activity for us. We were minting a lot, and we thought we can participate in this market, given our institutional background, given the fact we've leaned into compliance and been very regulated. We have over 60 global licenses to participate in these markets. So we feel like the growth ahead will serve us well as we continue to serve that institutional client.
This doesn't. You still want a banking license, right? Even though you have this deal with BNY.
Well, yes is the short answer. We have pursued and requested application to apply for an OCC license as well as a Fed master account. We think that the key here for crypto and the kind of decentralized finance, as many people call it, Ripple has been building bridges between traditional finance and decentralized finance. The world isn't going to be taken over by crypto. Instead, we think about how do we take the best of what crypto brings in facilitating faster, cheaper transactions and bring it to traditional finance. That's been at the heart of what Ripple has been focused on from the beginning. This is a step towards that, and certainly getting an OCC license, for those that have said that the crypto world wants to be unregulated, whatever, the opposite is true. You know, I'm here in Washington in part, as you referenced, there's a Senate Banking Committee hearing today. We are advocating as an industry to be regulated. And those that, like Ripple, who have stepped forward and said we want to get an OCC license, in addition to the licenses we have with the New York Department of Financial Services, it only continues to augment that very robust, very compliance-first, trusted partner so that we can continue to use these technologies to benefit consumers and businesses alike.
There was Brad
Minister, give us a
live
sense of
on
what
the
went wrong with
show. So that was what I think. I mean, it's a massive partnership with one of the biggest banks, oldest banks, and a lot of people say about RLUSD. Well, it's overtaking XRP. That what's used for XRP, but they don't quite understand it. I'm not going to get into that whole debate right now. But the more RLUSD grows and it's on the XRP ledger, the more XRP grows as well. They work hand in hand. Remember, they were using USDC before for everything that they're going to use RLUSD for. It's not going to change anything. That's what they were using. What's it called? USDC for, and they just thought, well, why do we just keep printing 20% of USDC supply? We'll just make our own stablecoin for when we need to use stablecoins. So I'm just in the I've got to tell you about the take profit strategy, the SEC news. But we are making a video right now, but we've got Martyn calling in. So Martyn,
Good morning, Sensei. How are you? Lovely to
I'm
have you
doing
here.
well.
Thank you very much for having me on your show. Am I in the middle of a video? Are you making a
Yeah,
video
say
right now?
what you like to the
Oh.
people watching the video later.
I'm terribly sorry. I wasn't aware of that. Enjoy the video. Make sure you watch to the end. I'm sure Sensei will go like this with his fingers going, there's a click, there's a link here, there's a link here, and enjoy whatever it is he leads you to. But for those of you watching the video later and everybody watching live right now, slight change of plan. Sensei, I'm about to go live now, so wrap this up as quick as you can. I'm going to do a 15-minute update on the SEC XRP. I have some BNY information which I want to share with everybody this morning. I've just received some information, BNY from one of my sources. Very interesting fact just been shared with me. So I'm going to do a quick update, 15 minutes, and then we're going to go into our members event. It's not members only live stream. It's a members only chat today because I want to focus. I want to give a chance for general subscribers to watch, but I want to focus on my members. I'm doing members reviews, your favorite stocks, full analysis, and I'm going to get through at least 2 or 3 this morning of your favorite stocks that you want me to go through the fundamental analysis for. But it will be viewable by everybody. It just will be a members only chat. So if you want to request a review or ask questions, you'll need to be members only today. But just before that, right after you finish now, for 15 minutes, I'm going to do an SEC XRP update, including some BNY information just been shared with me. Sensei, thank you, and back to you.
Thank you very much, Martyn. So let me give you my news first of all. So what is the news? Well, the news is in the newsletter every single morning. This won't take more than 5 or 10 more minutes, so we will get it all done ASAP. So yesterday, my thoughts: Ripple CEO urges Senate to pass crypto clarity legislation. So we all know about what happened yesterday. Garlinghouse outlined 3 key legislative priorities: clarifying regulatory jurisdiction, enabling compliant pathways for crypto firms, and preserving US competitiveness in the 3.4 trillion digital asset market. Stressing that over 55 million of Americans use digital assets, he warned that regulation by enforcement risks surrendering blockchain leadership to overseas markets. Ripple, holding over 60 payment and crypto licenses globally, positioned itself in a compliance-first player and urged to Congress to act. Remember, that's what I've been saying. They are so ahead. They are a compliance first player, and that's why this is going to really benefit them. But today, SEC meeting fuel Ripple lawsuit speculation. This is what we've got for today. We've got a closed door meeting today. The Sunshine Act notices. This is what's going on at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. The news is in the newsletter. If you do want the newsletter, it is the first link in the description. I'll give it to you in the live chat right now. The news every single morning, Ripple related as well, XRP content in the newsletter basically every day, because there's a lot going on with Ripple and XRP. Do go and subscribe to the newsletter. So the US, this is what's going on, a confidential closed-door meeting. The US Securities and Exchange Commission will hold a closed-door meeting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on July the 10th, as noted in the official Sunshine Act notice. The agenda includes, this is all they can say, institutional and settlement of injunctive actions, resolution of litigation claims and other enforcement matters, prompting speculation in the crypto community. Although the SEC did not name specific cases, the timing has drawn attention, giving the ongoing legal battle with Ripple Labs over the status of XRP. Legal observers and crypto traders are watching closely for signals that the SEC may withdraw its appeal, a move that could shift the trajectory of the high stakes case. Any settlements or procedural pivots in the Ripple case could set a significant precedent for the US regulatory stance on digital assets. A favorable resolution for Ripple may solidify XRP's standing and catalyze broader market reactions across crypto assets. Investors should watch for formal statements from the SEC and implications that could be immediate and far-reaching. So we are expecting an update from the SEC, whether we get it today or the next few days or the next weeks. This is happening now. This will put an end to this whole SEC drama. This will solidify XRP is not a security, nothing that anyone else has. And this is called the Sunshine Act notice. It's happening today, and I've told you what they're probably going to be discussing. I'm about 90% sure. If they're going to be discussing institutional and settlement injunctive actions, well, they're going to be talking about Ripple case. So be prepared for that. That is the news that we have. Remember, XRP, I won't have time to give you my full analysis, but as long as you're subscribed, you will always get my full analysis. And we're about to go over to Martyn. So my short-term levels are $2.62, then $3, $3.50, and then I'll be laddering out at all-time highs around $4.70, $5.30, $6.40, $7.40, $8.50, and about $11 is, I think, probably as high as it can go this cycle, in my opinion, and I'll certainly be taking most of my profits before we reach there. And then I'll buy back in the bear market and do it all over again. So thank you very much for watching this video. There'll be 2 videos up here for you to watch. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like the newsletters. First link in the description. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, to the live chat watching me now, get prepared. Martyn has got his link. We've already got his link. What I'm going to give you is the link to become a member. It's going to be a members only live chat. So here is the link to become a member. If you want to become a member, there is the membership link. If I can ask everyone to go quickly and follow me on X. If you haven't done so already, all the information is there. The other thing is this thread that we've just put out. Please do go and repost the thread. I'd appreciate that a lot. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, if you're investing in the markets, you need your news, and the best place to get it is the newsletter. Stay exactly where you are. This stream is going to take you straight over to Martyn. I think we've got the link pinned up above. I'll give you the link again in the chat. That is starting very soon. So I imagine as soon as I end this. I know it says 5 minutes, but I imagine it wouldn't wait any longer. So here we go. There is the link for the stream we're going to right now. Martyn does have additional news on BNY and the SEC case. So we'll go and tune into that. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Another great show. If you ever see us live, just pop in, say hello. We always answer all your questions. But until next time, can you take care? Crow, I'm so sorry. We're literally about to end the show.
Crow 265 donated $2 through a super chat. Can you do a quick Zibek chart?
Thank you for the super chat, but unfortunately I can't. We're going straight over to Martyn. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.